Hi Stitchy friends! Welcome to Cross My Stitches. This is Jackie and I want to welcome you to my channel. Today I'm going to do a Stitch With Me video and talk about some cross stitch. Before I start, I just wanted to show you what pattern I'm working on. This is Cricut Collections Autumn. Sorry about the glare. There you go. So I'm almost done. I'm working on the U, the apples right now. So that's what you'll be watching me stitch as I talk. And so let's just face it, okay? Cross stitching and pattern collecting are two different hobbies, okay? Because we all know that we are never going to stitch all these patterns we keep buying, but yet we keep buying more and more and more. And I think a lot of it has to do with FOMO, fear of missing out, and don't want to regret not buying a pattern when you've seen the pattern itself or you've seen others stitching the pattern, and don't want to miss out because you're afraid it will get discontinued before you get an opportunity to get it. Whether you stitch it or not is a totally separate thing, but you will have to have it, have to put it in your stash so that you can say, I have that pattern. And I do that an awful lot because I know a lot of the things that I have purchased, although each one that I've purchased I love, will I ever get the opportunity to stitch it all is the question. And am I wasting my money by doing that? And I found I started restitching again in April of 17, and my tastes have changed just from that short period of time. And I did sell off some patterns before we started this journey in the RV because I knew I probably was not going to stitch them. Although I liked them and I thought they were really cute, my style has changed dramatically between now and then, and I didn't want them just to sit in a pile. Now, after selling some of them, I had regret because I look back now and said, I had that pattern. When someone shows the thing and they show it done, why did I sell that? I had that pattern. I didn't think I'd want to stitch it, but now I see someone else has stitched it and it looks really cool, and I wish that I had not sold it. So, needless to say, even though I'm on this RV journey and I'm supposed to be frugal about making my purchases because we are, number one, on the road, number two, have just a part-time income at the time being because we're work camping, but I can't seem to stop adding to my collection. So I was on the internet, and well, first I received an email from Mary Jane's Cross and Stitch. Now, if you don't know who Mary Jane's Cross and Stitch is, this is a company that has been around since 1977 doing online cross stitch supplies, and I have been purchasing from them. I started in the 80s is when I found them, when there wasn't much cross stitch around and not really a lot of shops, and I would purchase my stuff online from them, and found them again when I started stitching back in 2017. So they are going out of business. So they sent an email and said they're going out of business. Their site is 50% off. So I immediately, even though I'm not supposed to be purchasing anything, went over to their site to see exactly what they had and see if I could find anything that I was interested in. Well, I did find that they had some patterns that I really wanted, and they had, at that time, Pat's needles. Now, Pat Carson's needles are my favorite needles. 28, this is not a Pat needle, but 28 needle, size 28 needles, and a pack of 25 for 25 whatever, and then 50% off. So I was like, oh yeah, I have to have those because I'm running low on needles, and because I keep one in each of my projects, and so I don't take them out, and I really should just take them out, put them back away because they last forever. But I don't. Sorry, if you feel shaking, that's my washer. I'm doing a load of laundry. Not that you feel it. If you see shaking, it's my laundry. So I went on there, I made the order, and then I went and sent a message on Stitch Mania, letting everybody know that they were clearancing out, that they were closing the store if anybody wanted to order. And after I did that, of course, I saw other people stating, well, I got an order, I did this, I placed that, and somebody said, oh, I got some fabric, and I'm like, holy cow, why didn't I think of that? I could have got fabric at 50% off. So I went back on again and placed an order for some fabric, and then I was fine with that. I was totally fine with that. But then I was like, I waited another day, more people posting about what they're getting, and I said, well, let me take one last look, make sure there's nothing that I want, nothing that it was like on my wish list that I can get. And what I come across is a Sam Sarah's 6-piece, it's a 6-pattern set that makes one big design. Now she has several of those. Let me grab my scissors. She has several of those that she does, and I had never seen this one before, and it's called Crazy After All These Years. 6 different patterns make up the whole design, and it had cats with this whimsical design. And I was like, holy cow, I've never seen that before. The patterns run, regular retail I think was $12 to $13 a piece times 6, and they had them for 10, some of them were 9, and so I ordered them. I was like, oh no, it was like $30. It wasn't terribly expensive. It would have been over $70 if they weren't on clearance, 50% off. So I got those. And then hold on, I gotta count, see where I'm at here. Straight across from here. Hold on just a minute. Let me see where I'm at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, right there. Okay, so of course I ordered that, but that's the third thing I ordered. And so all those things are coming on Monday. But that wasn't enough. I got an email from, I think it's Sandra's Stitch and Stuff. Sandra's something or other. I'll post it. And she was doing a 40% off. She usually does a hump day sale, but she missed the message didn't go out, so she ended up sending it on Thursday. And she previewed, where'd my scissors go? She previewed that she had some Blackbird designs, some of the reprints. So of course, you know, I was thrilled to see that Blackbird Designs was there and going to be 40% off. So I went over to her site and I checked out what she had, and she had all the reprints from Blackbird Designs. Now, I really love the fact that Blackbird Designs decided to do a reprint on the Beatles, the 6 Beatles charts. So I ordered up 3 charts at 40% off because I had Strawberry Fields, but I picked up, I think it's Ellen Rigby, Yellow Submarine, and The Long and Winding Road. I think those are the 3 that I got. So I picked up those 3, 40% off. And I was thrilled to see that, and I'm hoping that Blackbird Designs releases more of their charts. I would really love them to see them release the booklets, Souvenirs of Summer, Peppermint and Holly. I guess hopefully they are testing the waters to see how well the reprints sell, and if they do, then they'll reprint those as well. We can only hope. If we keep emailing and ask them about it, maybe that'll push them to know that we all want to see these books reprinted so we can purchase them. So anyway, so I ordered that. So now I'm like, oh my God, I need to stop purchasing things. I have tons of stuff, you know, I don't want to say tons of stuff, but I have probably 40 patterns kitted with fabric with me in the RV, and all my flossers are with me. So I have plenty to stitch, plus I've been buying stuff here and there. So I really don't need anything else, but I keep seeing these things, and I don't want to miss out on them. And of course, if it's a sale, I certainly don't want to miss out on that, because later on I'm going to end up paying for it full price, right? So if it's on sale, that's justified, right? Because we're saving money. Well, at least that's the way I see it. And so I made that purchase, and then I was watching another floss tuber, and she was showing a pattern that I had that I did not bring with me, but it is, sorry about that, my video cut off midstream. So she had a pattern that I had purchased and did not bring it because I didn't have the flosses for it, so I ended up watching what she did, and she said that Julie McConnell had contacted Dinky Dyes and they had a special floss pack for that particular pattern. And so I went over and contacted Julie McConnell and asked her about the floss pack for that pattern, and she said she had one left. So of course immediately gave her my PayPal address so that I could get that particular floss for that pattern, which I'm thrilled about. And so I'm getting to the point where I gotta figure out how I'm going to stop buying things. I almost want to stay off the internet because y'all are a bunch of enablers, and I cannot keep purchasing these things. But I don't want to miss out on them either because I want to have them, so in case I want to stitch them. But this is definitely two different hobbies. This is definitely, you're either a stitcher or a stitcher and collector, because I don't think, I think there's some people out there that buy only what they need and only the patterns they're going to use at that time, and then when they do that, they'll buy the next ones. And I believe there are some people like that, or people that can't afford to go out and buy every single little thing they see. I certainly don't buy every little thing that I see, because if I did, I'd be in real trouble. But I do get in these little binges where I will buy patterns and supplies when I really don't need them, only because I think it's cute, or I think it's, you know, my style, or I think, you know, so I'm really going to have to start trying to curb myself, because I'm going to have to pay down my credit card and my PayPal account by selling things. So probably going to try to sell some project bags. I did post some before, but I think I put the price a little too high, so I'm probably going to bring it down, because I really do want to sell the project bags. I have too many. And pay off some of my credit card, which isn't ridiculous right now. It's only like $100, and then my PayPal account, which is probably at $100, so $200. Uh-oh, sorry, washer dryer spinning. Hope you guys can't hear that noise too bad. Anyway, I really want to slow myself down. Don't know if that will happen or not. Because, you know, we all know that feeling when we receive stuff in the mail, when we get goodies in the mail, it feels good. You know, it's exciting to get new stuff and look at it and touch it and feel it and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna stop, but I'm gonna stop. But, and I have too many projects going right now. I feel like I do anyway. I have so many. I actually have probably about 15 whips going right now. And for me, that's too many, because they're large ones. They're not small ones. I mean, they're not BAPs or anything, but they're large for me that take a while, you know, like the Cardinal Points. And I have the Early American series, which I've done 3, but I haven't finished. All I got as far as 3. I have Lady of the Flag to do. Can't get this needle threaded. Yes, I'm a thread licker here trying to do this. I could get my thing out, but I'm too lazy. Come on, thread. And of course, I'm not using one of Pat's needles, which are easier to thread, so that's my fault too. This is just a needle that I got in one of my things and said, okay, I can use that. Anyway, okay. So that makes it, you know, what were we just talking about? Oh, my whips. So I have a lot of large for me whips, which is hard. Hold on just a minute. I gotta count. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1. Sorry about the interruption. My phone decided it didn't want to film anymore, so I had to remove some of the video from it. So anyway, I'm working my way down to 5 or 6 whips. So my plan is, besides having to start the wedding one, not to start anything else until I can get this down. This is almost done, so I'm excited to have this one completed, and then I won't have to worry like I'm not doing the projects that I should be doing. I've got them started, I need to get them finished. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? I know some of you have tons of whips. How do you manage that many whips, or do you feel like you have too many whips, and what do you think you would feel comfortable with having? And how do you make sure that you're getting them done without having this start-itis, so to speak, of always wanting to start more? So, because every time I see something that I know I have and someone's working on it and it looks really cool, I'm like, oh, I would need to start that too. So I'm trying not to do that, and it's really hard. I'm just trying to see where I'm at here. Okay. So that's where I'm at with this. You can give me your thoughts in the comments below. How many whips is too many whips for you? And do you have a way of how you keep them going? Do you have a rotation that you use, or do you use the app wheel to figure out what you're going to do? If you have too many whips now, do you have a plan on how to get it down so you don't have as many? And how do you keep from buying all the things when you really want to have everything when you see it, because you don't want to miss out, or there's a great sale, or there's, stash unload. I know some people kind of live on the stash unloading groups, which I stopped getting notifications for them. That's how I stopped that, because it became that I was buying too many things on stash unload when we were at the house. I would be living on there trying to get things or watching to see what was coming up so I could buy more. So I actually turned all the notifications off for those. And so I rarely go over to the unload groups now and look. And that makes it a lot easier for me not to buy as much. I probably should shut off all the email notifications from all these websites. And that will help too, because if I see a sale, I feel like I need to look and see if there's anything that I wanted on my list, my wish list, and go out and get it while it's on sale, because then I feel like, yes, I'm spending money, but I'm saving money because I'm not paying as much as I would before. So I feel like that's a win, even though I'm not supposed to be doing that. So let me know your thoughts on it, and we will see. Oops, wait a minute, I lost my scissors here. And see if I cannot get it under control, and maybe I'll get some ideas from you guys on how you handle those situations, and I can kind of work off it on that. So we shall see. We shall see. Other than that, nothing else going on. I'm going to shoot another video. I will tell you that the resort that we're staying at next week is only, so far what I've heard, we only have one cabin rented out of the 12, which is not awesome for them, but it's awesome for us, because we'll actually be able to spend some time on the property, enjoying the property, while we're here, because we really haven't done that. It's been a full crowd, and it's hard to go down to the lake or use the paddle boats or anything else when we have so many guests here. So we definitely will be taking advantage of that next week. Hold on just a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope that's right. So, and I do, when I start mine, I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, I do a pin stitch when I'm starting without a loop. This is 2 threads, so I'm doing a loop, but when I don't have a loop, I'm doing a pin stitch, which is a horizontal pin stitch because I prefer that. If you don't know how to do a pin stitch, you can check out videos on Flosstube, YouTube. There are several available. A lot of people use the vertical pin stitch. I was doing that for a little while, but I feel like I get a little bit extra coverage when I do the horizontal one. So, and you really can't see it afterwards. When I get the X's in, you'll see. But anyway, I'll be shooting a video probably Thursday or Friday, and when I do that, I'm going to do it from the lake. I'm hoping that's what I'm going to do. I want to shoot it at the lake. I'll drag all my stuff down there, find a nice shady spot in one of the Adirondack chairs, set myself up, and there won't be too many people around, so it won't. Hopefully I'll be able to do it without too much of a distraction. And you guys get to see the beautiful view of the lake while we're talking about cross stitch. So I think that'll be fun. I may try to get out on the property and take some videos of just the birds and stuff like that when I get a chance. But see, you can see right there, I don't know if you guys can see that. I can't pull it out of the light, but you can't see the pin stitch, and it just makes it look a little fuller. So that'll be fun to shoot some video. My husband and I are still so looking forward. We got 4 weeks left before we leave for our adventure starting to Mount Rushmore. We have stops along the way that we have planned for things to see, so we're excited about that. And definitely we'll be taking video of all the locations we hit and pictures, because I want to share it with all of you and share it on my Facebook with my family and friends. So that'll be lots of fun. I'm looking forward to that, and actually being on a vacation instead of what we call work camping, which is we're working while we're here, which really isn't a vacation. I mean, we do get days off and we have time to do things we want to do, but it's still, we have to work during the week. We'll be taking 6 to 8 weeks off starting the middle of September to go around to all the national parks in the area, so we head south. Right now we are booked at Mount Rushmore for 2 weeks. We're going to Yellowstone Park for a week. We are going to Grand Teton, and I haven't booked a site yet because we're having a hard time finding one, but we'll find something. We're going to head south and head through Utah, and hopefully we'll find some spots there to stop in Utah to see, and then go over to Arizona. So by the middle of October we should be in Arizona, which will be awesome. And then from there, I don't know, because we haven't found our next work camping job as of yet. Not overly concerned about it, but I'm sure we'll find something. And we'll keep you informed of our little adventure and where we're at. So I think we're going to end this for now. Thank you so much for stopping by and visiting with me today. I've received so many new subscribers. Thank you so very much for coming and subscribing. It's really great when I can share this with someone. I don't have anyone on the trip with me to share with, nobody around me who stitches, so it's awesome when I can share it with all of you. I hope you find it interesting and come back again. And for my old subscribers, thank you so much for joining me time and time again. Really appreciate all of you. Love you all. Feel like you're all my close friends. And I will see you next time. Until then, bye.